Are we live? I think we might be live. I need confirmation.
We are.
Hi. I think we got cameras going live at this moment. So, for everybody that is watching, if you can see the meme that's at the middle, normally we would go straight to play D&D, but right now we are taking a hard right into Broken Picture Phone. We got, yeah, I went to a meme creator. For anybody that's watching, I guess you now know my ugly mug. I've never, wait, no, I've done some live streams and Let's Plays of Final Fantasy IV. Oh, yeah. I have facial hair now, though, so.
Also, I keep thinking you're going to say Broken Promises. For real.
Broken Promises. I won't do that again because my wife will kill me.
When has that ever stopped you?
Valid point, not the one I was trying to make. Anyway, for everybody that's watching, thank you for tuning in. This is a late night thing that we're doing tonight. We are going to be playing Broken Picture Phone, which is a web-based game, kind of like Pictionary, kind of like a telephone that you used to play back in the day as kids in elementary school. We're going to start off. What you're going to see is the meme and all of us respond to each other while we're writing and drawing and giggling, because the first round we all create a phrase. That phrase gets shot to a random other person, and they must draw a picture. And then it's shot to another random person, and they must build a phrase off of it. And the last one in the chain has to draw a picture off that phrase, and we'll see how close to the original thing we had. Now, again, before we get started, make sure with everybody we got some simple rules. Let's not draw anything really super inappropriate. Like, I'm looking at you, Frecky. No penises. No penises at all. I'm looking at you, Kaloom. And I'm going to still have to say no penises after that face mask you shared while we were playing Lost Seas the other day. I do not need Iron Man dick to be the first thing I see, because all I'm going to say is he loves you 3000.
Oh, God.
I guess you follow it up with RPMs because I'm sure it vibrates.
Really? Oh my God, shut up. No, bad.
Okay, so we all have webcams on right now to catch our reactions and laughing, and we're just going to shoot the shit while we're drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and click Create Book.
I keep trying to look at the stream, but my computer doesn't like me.
Does everybody have up in front of them you? Short description.
Yes. Yes. Got it. That's actually a pretty long phrase that it lets you put in there.
Yep. Now, you probably will have a gray screen for a minute, because right now I think everybody is on page 1 or page 2. So I haven't gotten anything back yet. You might have a moment. Oh, I got one.
So we just make up a phrase?
You make up a phrase, it'll be sent to somebody, and then they have to draw it.
Oh, good Lord, I gotta figure out how. Oh, this is gonna be tough. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a phrase.
Can we start drawing it?
You start, go ahead, the second you get it, go ahead and.
Come on.
Oh my goodness. How?
I can't think of a good thing. I gotta look up references.
There we go.
Ooh, this is gonna be tough.
It'll be, unfortunately, there's not a text tool, so you gotta write it up. Also, whoever sent me mine, you a little messed up.
Oh wait, I got 2 of them. Oh, we get one from everybody?
Everybody will write a page in someone else's book.
Gotcha.
See if my undo button works.
There's not an undo button. You'll have to click the eraser.
No, there is an undo button. It's right next to the color. There's a little right arrow and a little left arrow, and the left arrow is the undo. It's just I've got a hotkey for it, but it doesn't read the input badly. Looks like Misha's watching this.
See, if Misha's watching this, we're gonna have to ban Nox join in, because can you imagine the bullshit Kyle would make? Okay.
I still don't have anything popping up for me to draw.
Give it a second. It might. Someone might also have a page. I see that we all are on page 2. Did you already draw and submit something?
I'm only on page 1 still. I'm being slow. That might be why. How the heck did y'all finish y'all's paper so fast?
No.
Anything yet.
No, if you're drawing anything, if you're on the page, you can draw. You're on page 2.
Okay.
Also, can we all agree that Nox Kyle may be the most lewd and terrible of all of us?
I mean, I know all of you, so.
Actually, who is the worst of our crew?
When you get the 2 Kyles together and the person that creates between the 2 of us, it's probably that person.
The fact that every time you change your tool and therefore have to change the color. So like let's say I pick blue for the fill tool. Then I want blue for the painting tool. I gotta repick that blue and find it again because there's no like save colors. What the hell?
It's that way. Did someone just somebody's on page 3.
Okay. I have a picture that popped up. But it's telling me to do another description, but it's not asking me to draw something?
No.
Okay, so...
It goes
yeah,
description, draw, description, draw is how it's going to be with the 4 of us.
See, I did a description, but I haven't been asked to draw anything.
Did you just have...
I have 2 things to draw currently.
Okay, so what it is that you sent your description in, right?
My first one, yes.
Okay, then the picture you've gotten is now the second is what you get moved to. So the next thing, I drew a picture, so the next thing I got to do is I'm going to have to write a description based off of one of y'all's pictures.
So, okay, I haven't drawn anything, but this picture, I have to write a description based on this picture I got sent.
Yes, and then the next one means you should, it's random on what you're going to get. You might end up doing nothing but descriptions. It's just kind of, let's do the most broken thing possible. To be fair, I played this and someone asked me, who is President Rose Amy? So I just drew Rose from Sonic as the President of the United States.
I mean, her name is Amy Rose.
So, then again, I also got another one where
it does not like me trying to watch our stream and do this at the same time.
Probably not. We are still sitting at 6,000 kilobytes a second, so we're doing pretty decent on our feed speed now that we don't have a child watching YouTube.
We get retweeted. I think we might have got retweeted. We got a couple. Oh, okay. For a second, I was like Jeremy Crawford. No, he was liked by Liam O'Brien.
I was gonna say if Jeremy Crawford shared us, I'm gonna lose my shit.
I was be like, he doesn't even D&D. What the hell? Like we got
watches us on Twitter.
That's nice. Thank you, Blondie.
We can be watched at bonus_team on Twitter. I still have to make the Facebook page.
I still got to keep updating our YouTube channel because I'm terrible at that because our upload speed is low.
I still haven't been given something to draw.
Yeah, it'll take a minute. I'm still staring at a gray screen. This is why I put the meme up.
Yeah.
And it'll
I'm
only.
being super slow too, so I'm sure that's probably slowing things down for everybody because I'm very much just still on my very first picture.
It'll happen. I can technically push stuff, but with only 4 people, I don't really see a point to that. I mean, we're just having fun. Also, where's Belly? Where's the Belly? Claire, where's Belly?
She is sleeping.
I'm sorry.
The camera for Puppet Cam.
Until you lowered it, I thought you had a pillow next to you. I didn't see the ear.
No, you a small pupper. She are a big pupper.
I would like a big pupper for the boy to have later on, but I don't think that's going to happen because you do not.
Hendrix is watching us. Hi, Hendrix.
Hi, Hendrix.
Hello to Belly.
I'm going to say this. Emily does not like big puppers.
I like big
wouldn't
pupper.
like it over at my house.
I like big pupper, but you want horse-sized puppers.
That's what I have. Yeah.
Irish Wolfhounds are not horse size. They are the size of little Sebastian.
Okay, you are 6 foot tall. I am 5'4". What is big to you and big to me is a slightly different scale.
But Irish Wolfhounds are beautiful, and you can technically use them to keep the unseelie away.
Yes, and it will poop something the size of our dachshunds.
You know, big dogs don't eat as much as you think they do.
I'm just saying that we had a neighbor for a while that had 2 Irish Wolfhounds. They're some of the most gorgeous dogs I've ever seen.
They are really pretty. I actually wanted one for the longest time.
I don't think they have a lot of.
Great Danes. They're just too honking big. I'm sorry. And we have a little boy.
Great Danes also. I really do love Great Danes. There's someone in our neighborhood that has 2 Great Danes. And
they're terrified of squirrels.
And yeah, the Great Danes is terrified of squirrel, but one of the Great Danes in our neighborhood's name is Lady. I've heard her name said while I've been out walking or when I've been out in the yard. And she is such a big, lovable puppy, but at the same time, Great Danes have such health issues.
Okay, and our child tries to ride the weenie dog, so imagine what he do to a dog that big.
He could actually legitimately ride it. I see no problem with this.
It's just bad for a dog's back.
I will craft a saddle and support system.
I don't have Travis Willingham-sized hands like he did on the one stream where he was like holding his cam with both hands because he forgot to cover it up. I keep trying to do it, and I'm just like,
Oh God, not the girl.
At the same time, I won't lie, Claire. Some of my favorite dogs are pit bulls. I love pity mixes and pit bulls because they're such babies every time I've met them.
I've never met a mean pit bull. I have met a lot of mean chihuahuas.
They're little. They have to establish their dominance so that you don't fuck with them.
That is very true. Small dog syndrome is a real thing.
At the same time,
it doesn't make them awful by default, but the downside is that a lot of owners don't tend to correct bad behavior because they're like, oh, he's little, he can't hurt anybody. And that's why a lot of them end up being shitheads. Just owners not understanding things.
Won't lie, one of
Our dogs just think they're a lot bigger than they are.
my favorite dog that's been in our neighborhood is across the street from us, the rental house. Before our friends Jed and Amherst rented that house, there was a bunch of college kids, and one of them had a boxer. I absolutely love boxers. They are the biggest, dumbest, most lovable, friendly dogs ever that don't realize they're 50 fucking pounds. And they try to give you hugs. Because what happened is it kept getting out of their yard because it broke part of the fence. And then it became my best friend because I left it in a Homer bucket full of water one day. And then I found the boxer in our yard more than once. And I'm like, I love you. I would keep you, but you're someone else's pup. And it's just sitting there drooling at me. I love you for life.
That sounds about right for boxers. They're hilarious and adorable and not super self-aware in those situations.
They're the oh honey of dogs.
Yes.
Oh,
Ooh,
someone.
The most terrible, shitty drawing I've ever made in my life.
I got a thing.
I did not get a ping. I think that was from somebody else. I still have great ping.
I'm still being slow as fuck. I'm sorry. This is hard.
Hello, internet. We're all a bunch of dorks.
Yes, we are.
That's the point. Look, if I'd known this website was a thing, we would have been doing this way earlier during the Backstreet Boys reunion tour 2020. I'm pretty sure that y'all can all figure out what I mean by the Backstreet Boys reunion tour 2020.
Yes.
I like how you're quoting them. And you're not a huge fan. Oh, I think I heard a beep. I heard a beep!
Oh, I'm not a huge fan, but I still think that is an ingenious way of doing things. So, my beer up to you, Ego Raptor, on that one.
I'm just gonna go ahead and submit this one. This is gonna take way too long if I try to make it any more detailed than this.
Just using my mouse.
What the fuck is this?
Just making it way worse.
See, that's the best reaction here. What the fuck is this? Did someone send me?
I mean, I'll do it, but seriously, if there's a way that y'all figure out where you can have it to where when you change a freaking color and then you change the tool, it keeps the color, please let me know, because having to double back and forth so many times is driving me mad.
I understand that. I mean, that's why I don't do a whole lot of it. I go like this is the fifth avocado level drawing skills. If anyone catches that old YouTube video.
Are we okay with like PG-13 cuss words? Like not just super bad ones, just like.
I think I've said fuck 4 times since we started this.
Well, but you didn't draw fuck, so Hewitt, I still have to check.
You didn't draw fuck!
Not yet, at least.
We're not doing that. That will get us banned. I do not want to try to make a fledgling online streaming thing for all of us to do the goofy shit we do and then get banned because we fucking drew fuck. I mean, like, the big thing is, I mean, like, if this was, oh god, I can never let my students see this, can I?
I mean,
No, okay, let me rephrase that. My students' parents never need to see this.
there you go.
True.
Because I had
I
one.
zoomed in, so I can't see any of the peripheral stuff. I just have it to where like my the image is full screen for me, so I can actually draw a little bit better. So I don't think anything really occurs on the left or the right of the screen, but if it does, let me know because I'm not going to see it otherwise.
Then again, I had a kid. One of the last Zooms I did before the school year ended. Hey, Mr. Hall, have you heard of this movie called The Death of Stalin? My response: watch it. And to anyone out there in Streamland, if you have not seen The Death of Stalin on Netflix, or maybe Hulu, I think it's on there too, watch it, because Steve Buscemi plays Nikita Khrushchev and doesn't have a Russian accent, and it's glorious.
Nobody has a Russian accent, and freaking, what's his face, Malfoy's dad is the best character.
Malfoy's dad is Field Marshal Zhukov, and actually does a pretty decent depiction.
He has like the most Cockney accent in it. It's hilarious.
I've been out there fighting our enemies. What the fuck have you all been doing?
See, mine does stay the same color, Claire. Alright, stay the same color it was before.
Oh, real quick. has anyone ever looked up Cockney slang on Google?
I have encountered it through a game that I played once, but I've not actively searched for it before now.
Like bread and honey means money. Like I did not like it's a rhyme. Like the last word is a rhyme for what it's like butcher's hook means dead or something like that. Like I didn't know this. Now that there's this whole lovely thieves camp that I did not know existed. Now I know it exists and I want to learn it. I need to learn it. It's amazing.
Oh god.
It's like learning like late 1800s, early 1900s New York slang. It's a completely different fucking language.
I believe it.
Then again, how many people in this country think "bless your heart" is a compliment?
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
My coworkers know better than that now, though.
And that for anybody that's watching, if a Southerner goes, "Oh, bless your heart," that means that you are either being really stupid or they are about to talk mad shit. Like,
or they're pitting you. I will say there are a handful of times where it's somewhat serious, but it's typically kind of a snarky pity, if anything. So, but that is a somewhat valid use as well.
Yeah, I just know that every time I've heard an old church lady say "bless their heart," I'm about to get like the dirtiest anything that can happen that is not on the internet. It's like when all of a sudden you find out your senator has been caught cosplaying a baby with a prostitute, yet you re-elect him the next term too. Oh, bless his heart. It's also like the phrase.
Senators don't like that up in there, man.
I'm from Louisiana. I'm from Louisiana. The only people that give us a run for our money is fucking Florida. And it's not even Florida. Like, okay, Florida officials running that are like saying Dragon Ball Z is the worst hentai on the internet.
That was pretty funny.
Like that's good.
I retweeted that, and I didn't retweet it, but I made a comment on it, and I actually tagged Chris Sabat and Sean Shamel. I'm like, I really hope that they actually see this and comment, because Goku and Vegeta need to like have comments on this really bad.
It doesn't make a bit of difference, guys. The balls are inert.
The balls are inert.
Okay, what's funny is when Emily and I used to go to conventions a lot more, it was, what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever said was asked at a panel for Full Metal Alchemist, and Chris Sabat goes, oh, I know, and he calls someone else at the panel. All of a sudden, yes, I have the power. Yes, it is getting so extreme. Yes, I am great. Like something like that. It was when Piccolo fused with Nail, and it's just it's just such a bad set of lines. And then all of a sudden he called someone else and was like, it doesn't make a bit of difference, guys. The balls are inert. And all I could think of is, well, now if Dragon Ball Z is porn, it doesn't make a bit of difference, guys, because the balls are inert. I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
What's really bad is people started sharing not child-friendly anime photos, and some of them were Dragon Ball Z porn. So like, not necessarily helping the situation, but really funny.
See, my thing is, my thing is, if I actually had a active Twitter account still, I would have texted that guy stuff about terraformers and Descendants of Darkness.
Terraformers isn't a hentai, but it's just so heavily edited you can't even watch it.
That's the point. Is I would send it to him heavily edited to where like one dude's face and somebody else's face is not edited out elsewhere, and allow his imagination to imagine what's going on in the interim.
No, as bad as I didn't watch hentai, but I had a lot of my J-pop friends did. So I'm thinking like, you think DBZ is porn? You need to look into something called, I don't know, Bible Black, Boku no Pico.
Yep.
You motherfucker, you don't know what hentai is.
Let's bust out an old one. La Lady Blue Girl.
There's a live action La Blue Girl.
Or let's go back even further. One that used to be in the Blockbuster on Louisville in my city, Legend of the Ogre Fiend. You know what it was right next to? Claire, Kyle, take a guess of what Legend of the Ogre Fiend was right next to in my Blockbuster.
I have no idea.
Pokemon?
The Last Unicorn.
Oh my god.
Oh.
No. There was no anime section in the mid 90s. There was just the animation section. So
No, you're
Ghostbusters,
right. It was just the animation section.
Ghostbusters the animated series, volume 1 was next to Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, I remember in ours there was always a copy of Heavy Metal.
Yep. Never rented that, but when it came on Netflix, I made you watch it.
It was we didn't really go to we used to go to Hollywood Video, and I used to rent the Sailor Moon movies all the time.
Then back
I
in the
actually have one on VHS still. I still have Hearts on Ice.
nice.
I thought I was a real cool weeaboo because I watched them in Japanese.
Won't lie, I remember when Naruto first came to the US and it was fan subbed and you had to get it through LimeWire or Kazaa. And I thought that
I had an ex-boyfriend that I was dating at the time, and he got me the first 100 episodes of Naruto subtitled. But I'm like a nerd hipster because I read the Naruto manga when it was in Shonen Jump, when it was publishing here, before it actually got popular enough to be on Cartoon Network. I was like, I like early Naruto, but then it got to be like, oh Jesus Christ.
What is this? How am I gonna do this?
I don't know, but I mean, let's talk about, I guess since we're on the subject right now, we're still drawing, the fun that was Blockbuster in the 90s and the early 00s when you went through trying to find a movie or a video game. Like, not gonna lie, my Blockbusters, the two that I went to, the one on Forsyth and the one on Louisville, never paid attention to any rating system ever. Cocker's Bad Fur Day, they had like 10 copies when it first came out and said it was for everybody.
Seriously? That's amazing.
Oh, no.
I mean,
I never had it.
back then wasn't going to have the bing. Don't give this to someone under the age of 17.
Okay, let's also be fair. A lot of my older friends were working at Blockbuster, and they straight up didn't give a fuck because they were. I'm trying to think of a good slang term for this. They were Nickelback's 1999 toured out of their minds.
See, I was gonna say a lot of times it was teenagers and college kids working at those places, and they were probably like, "It's gonna be funny."
I mean, to be fair, the one that was on Forsyth by my house, when a couple of my friends worked there, like some of my friends that were in college when I was still in high school, they were putting Heavy Metal and Ninja Scrolls the edited Ninja Scrolls VHS on the TVs that played in the store while you were there, or they would play Full Metal Jacket. So
I keep forgetting that we even had a Blockbuster right there.
it used to be an Alfalfa Video.
What the hell's an Alfalfa Video?
I don't know if it was anywhere else, but the logo was fucking Alfalfa from the Little Rascals. And the thing that always the thing that always messed me up is when you went in to the right, there was a walled off section that was the kids section, like all the kids videos, and that's where anime got put. So when I say Legend of the Ogre Fiend was next to The Last Unicorn, that when Blockbuster took that over, it was in the same place next to the fucking Care Bears. Like, so all of a sudden you're just going through all the kids movies, all the things like, oh, The Little Mermaid, oh, Aladdin, oh, Care Bears.
Ours back home, we had, like I said, we had a Blockbuster, but we always went to Hollywood Video. For some reason, that one was just better than our Blockbuster account. I don't know why. But in the supermarket, the one my mom's son works at, it's It's not there anymore. Now it's just a cart corral. But when you walked in on the left side, there was this section, and they rented movies. So we go in, and I remember it was maybe 5 rows, and then the wall, and then the wall. And the wall on this, like, if you're facing it on this side, was mostly kid movies and family movies. So I remember, God, that's where we rented, like, DuckTales, the movie from, and we would rent, like, Cats Don't Dance and stuff like that. And I remember, but if you, like, turned around, there were horror movies right behind you.
Oh man, that's
I'm looking at, I'm looking at something all the time. I turn around, there's freaking Hellraiser behind me, and I see it, and I'm like 6. I'm like, oh my god, what is that?
won't lie, the horror movie section was just outside of the kids section. Now, when Blockbuster bought out Alfalfa Videos, that area became the video game rental section. And I got in trouble because I sat there and tried to beat Panzer Dragoon on Genesis because they had the game set up on a permanent playthrough in the game section. Like they had a Genesis, a Super Nintendo, and eventually, after a while, they added a PlayStation. So I got in trouble because my mom would go get her hair done and her nails done in that same shopping center, and I would sit there and try to beat Panzer Dragoon on Genesis. And like, kid, are you gonna rent anything? Yeah, eventually when mom shows up with money.
There was one video, I think they only ever had one VHS of it, and no one I've ever mentioned it to ever knows about it, but it was called, it was 2 things. It was, Silverhawks.
Silverhawks.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, you know what it is, hon. I probably said it to you. There was,
but they had the taxi.
VHS.
They had the taxi driver, and it was like Thundercats.
Yes, that one. And then there was one called Mighty Orbots. And no one ever knows what I'm talking about, but there was like one VHS of Mighty Orbots that was in the middle of the season of this show, and it was an anime. So, looking back at it, and I remember, mostly what I remember is there's this dude that was like the only human, and he was like in charge of this team of robots, and there was 2 that were like twins. There was one that was like a robot that munched on stuff, and there was a little girl robot named Oh No. But anytime I've looked it up before, and it existed, but no one ever knows what I'm talking about. But I used to watch this all the time.
It's like when I brought up
that 3 episodes of this show because of this VHS tape.
It's kind of like when I bring up that when Cartoon Network first aired, they had Fantastic Max. And like as a young,
I remember the name, but I don't remember the show at all.
I mean, it's also like when you mentioned, have you ever seen more than the first 10 episodes of the Zoids series to people, and then remind them that Zoids was voiced by the same cast as Inuyasha.
Well, it's because it was done by Ocean Group, but they played it out of order because it made you think that Zoid was the main Zoid universe when it was more like the Gundam wing, lame Gundam wing of the actual Zoid universe. And then they played the actual Zoid universe like 2 years later. They decided that the Pokemon Battle one would get more fans to watch it, I guess.
I don't know. Back in the day when you would go through the kids section or the animation section or anything when you would rent games, it was a pot shot. And like, I'm kind of glad kids don't have to worry about that as much now, but at the same time, I giggle because nobody was paying attention. Like, does anyone, okay, Claire, you might not be old enough. I know that Kyle is. Does anyone remember having insomnia when you were a little kid and turning a TV on with the volume way down low and all of a sudden hearing anime or advertisements for Japanimation collections?
Yep.
I wasn't allowed. I didn't have a TV in my room. I wasn't allowed one.
But you remember like Japanimation Volume 1?
I don't. But I remember being called that.
No. See, the very first one I saw advertised had MD Geist, the first 4 episodes of Parlabor, and the Street Fighter anime from the 90s.
Should I have gotten more than one thing to drop?
Maybe not, no. But I see that Kyle's on I see Kyle's on page 4. I'm gonna refill my glass and use the potty and be right back. By then, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to read our books.
I'm drawing my third thing right now.
It's random.
And it's all terrible.
Like, I've done like 2 or 3 phrases, but I've only drawn one thing. I don't
See, I only put
I don't
one phrase.
understand it, the way it's doing it. I'm confused.
Yeah, I've drawn 3 things so far, and I see on the book list that Hewitt's on page 4 for Kaloum for me on the right. I don't know.
But sorry, we kind of dominated that. It's just I was having nostalgia about old TV things I watched. Because literally no one knows what I'm talking about when I said I used to watch this thing of Mighty Robots. But at least you remember Silverhawks.
And see, we talking about turning the TV on and, like, you know, having stuff come up in the middle of the night. The only thing I remember is freaking Girls Gone Wild commercials.
I remember not seeing those. But now I'm like, I've been to New Orleans. This is a bunch of bullshit.
I shouldn't have to pay for this.
New Orleans.
Not that I wanted to see it, but I'm like, I've been to NOLA. This shit don't happen. It's like nice out there.
This one's hard.
I don't know. I think Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon have some good shows now, but I miss the stuff of the 90s from both.
Same.
I loved Ed, Edd n Eddy. My brothers and I used to sit and watch it all the time.
I didn't get to watch it too. My mom didn't like the animation style on it.
See, my parents thought it was funny. That was the weird thing. My parents thought Ed, Edd n Eddy was hilarious, but the thing is, I know at one point it was the longest running hand animated series because their last season or 2 were digitally animated, but up until then it had all been hand drawn.
Yeah.
And you can tell when it changed.
Well, one of the big things is
I wasn't allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy or Simpsons when I was a kid.
my parents loved Ren and Stimpy until they rewatched them with me. And then it was like, what have we allowed you to watch?
Yeah, that was me with the cow and chicken. My mom finally sat down and watched it.
Look, there's like 5 episodes of that show that can't be aired on TV anymore, including the biker chicks.
Most of that series probably shouldn't be aired on TV anymore.
Because
at least not for the age that it was aired for.
No, because I mean it's what the devil is constant.
If we brought Cow and Chicken back, it would have to be on Adult Swim.
To be fair, how many times did the devil stick his ass in children's faces in Cow and Chicken?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, there's
I
that.
actually wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob with my parents around, but it wasn't because they didn't like the show. It was just my mom could not stand SpongeBob's voice.
Oh God, my brothers watch so much SpongeBob. My mom gets so sick of it. I don't let Vincent watch SpongeBob. I don't because I know
Rectangles.
I was much too old. SpongeBob was an adult. SpongeBob came out.
Well, it started in '99.
Oh wait, how old are you, Kyle?
35.
Okay, you and I. You're the same age as me. I watched SpongeBob in college.
Well, I guess rather by the time I knew that SpongeBob was a thing.
So this is connected to the last game of this I played. Gizmo started talking about being a grown ass man when SpongeBob came around, and Gizmo's 30 or 32. I mean, he's not my age. I'm like, dude, SpongeBob came out in 1999.
We didn't have cable.
Gizmo's not from the U.S.
True.
We didn't have cable at all until I was like a senior in high school.
Oh God, I'm glad I had cable.
I'll be honest right now. I'm glad we don't.
Right now, it's not. You know, we don't have anything but basic, and we barely watch that. But I'm really glad I had cable as a kid because I got to watch all the good shit.
I'll admit, I watched kids shows like later in life. Like I was still watching like PBS Kids and shit when I was like probably 10, 11 years old. And it's
not
just
that
like
old.
That's not that bad because I mean, also to be fair, the Crap Brothers. That's still an
oh my God, I
entertaining
still
show.
love them. I followed him on Facebook.
PBS actually makes some really good kid shows.
Like
Vincent really likes. He
my
doesn't watch as much anymore. He's gotten into more Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network stuff. But
My-
I'm kind of watching Avatar.
my dad
Vincent's
loves
watching Avatar.
my dad loves Adventure Cat. Not because of the episodes of Adventure Cat. He loves it because at the end of it, today's episode is brought to you by dirt, by sticks, by wind. And the thing that I laugh at is my dad goes, I really like the announce. Huh?
Nature Cat, not Adventure Cat.
Sorry, Nature Cat. The thing I really like about that is my dad goes, I really like the announcer. And then I'm like, that's Chris Parnell. And the second I say it's Chris Parnell, my dad goes, that asshole from Saturday Night Live? I'm like, yeah, all of them are from Saturday Night Live.
I like Chris Parnell. He's the master of being picked on, no matter who he's playing.
He is always the 1930s to 40s radio announcer guy. I mean, he has such a booming voice, and he's such a little dude. This right here is a little boy peeing on AM radio or FM radio and a television set at the same time. Thank you for the movie Hot
Quick
Rod.
question: Who's currently working on something right now?
It looks like Kyle is finishing up the last page of my book. But if you watch Nature Cat was on Saturday Night Live. Squeaks is the lady who played Hillary Clinton on Saturday Night Live and still plays on Saturday Night Live. The dog is Horatio Sands. And then the bunny was on...
The cat used to be...
the guy who did the news.
Keenan.
Oh, yeah. The bad guy cat, Ronald, used to be Keenan from Keenan and Kel. And the rabbit was on Saturday Night Live for a little while, but she's in a whole lot of other stuff. Also, the Russian version of Nature Cat is Robin from How I Met Your Mother, who's married to the actual Nature Cat voice actor.
By the way, it looks like we're done. I don't know what we do now, though.
All right, what we're going to do is, let me scroll through here on OBS, see if I can do this right and not screw it up.
I went ahead and downloaded the books just so we don't lose anything, so I've got a link to them. But
okay,
my first drawing is just the worst thing I've ever put.
Let's see.
I only drew one thing. I'm still so confused.
Claire, did you are you still watching the stream?
Let me go back to the stream real quick. I paused it intermittently. Okay, yeah, I can see it.
Is it a big gray box in the middle of the screen?
Yep.
All right, so let me start with these. I'm going to hit present.
And Hendrix got here just in time for us to reveal it.
Itsy bitsy teeny weeny frozen pineapple martini. Okay, so I got to click stuff. Okay. Show next.
Yeah, I think you're grabbing.
Brr.
The worst one.
This is a hand. This is a hand. Tiny cold margaritas.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed by that.
Frey. There's from Frey. Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville. I mean, that's the whole thing with this. All right, let's start with Cooluminatis. When life gives you melons, you might be dyslexic. Them some big lemons.
I like your guy. I like your little guy.
Big watermelon lemons.
I like that. That's really good.
Wow, Claire did really good. Also, wow, you know what? I kind of want a giant watermelon lemon now.
I do too. That looks delicious.
That's what I was checking about the cussing.
Dragons at the disco. Trogdor!
That's probably my best one.
Trogdor with disco fever. Boogie
Somebody
Woogie.
else do Trog Door? Oh my god.
Oh man.
How are we in each other's brains?
Why is he blushing?
Because he has fever. He's just got fever.
I don't even like you, Senpai Baka.
Oh my god.
Holy crap.
All right, click that one. Okay,
How
Iron
did we
Man's.
think of the exact same thing? This is bananas.
Okay, Iron Man's sword affair with Bucky behind Cap's back.
Sorted.
Okay.
God. Oh no, this I put
Star Wars Tony X Bucky.
I didn't know what.
That's what I got, and I was like, what?
I don't
And
know.
the Millennium Falcon cockpit. And I put Bucky, since he's a sidekick, I put him in the sidekick seat.
All right, I'm gonna present all the images. If anybody wants to, did you already download all the books, Claire?
Yeah, and it does give me back, I think, there was a webpage for them all, but.
If anybody wants to download an image before I start a new book, because I think we can do one more tonight. Is this fun?
I see what happens now. So my Trogdor went to Claire, and she drew.
No, I didn't use a Trogdor. I got
Gotcha.
Your Trogdor.
You wrote Trogdor, and then it went to Claire, who drew.
No, I got the Disco Trogdor, and I said Trogdor with Disco Fever.
I get it now. Because I was like, how did we both draw Trogdor? That's so weird.
Because someone said dragon, and the first thing that ever comes to your mind with dragons is Trogdor!
Oh,
All right.
beautiful.
If anybody wants to download anything, go ahead and do it now. Never mind. We got it back.
No, we're back.
We're back. My Wi-Fi crapped out.
Wait, what did you say, Hugh?
That's it. I said my internet crapped out, but we're back. So, can you all hear me?
Yep.
Cool. All right. Has everybody downloaded what they wanted to download?
Yeah, I got the book.
All right. I'm going to create a new book.
Oh, good lord, I wasn't thinking ahead of this.
I can't think of anything.
Oh, I just wrote one, so. Copy. Oh my goodness. What am I supposed to do with this?
I know which one you got.
Oh, man.
I think I made one that's pretty terrible.
whenever you know it.
I'm gonna have to start looking at domain-free music to share with everybody, aren't I? Also, is GarageBand free or is that an app you gotta pay for?
I don't know anymore, actually.
Like, there's several apps I knew that used to be free. I'll just have to look into it because I thought about making my own music for our games. Mostly because listening to the Adventure Zone with the McElroys. Not original at all here. I just spin things pretty decent.
The fill tool is being mean to me. I know I filled in this line, but it's still filling in the whole damn thing.
Claire,
More difficult to use
Claire, did you just say that your fill tool is being mean to you?
Yes, my fill tool is being mean to me. Are you trying to make a joke?
I'm making a very bad joke.
I'm too focused right now.
Goodness.
If it's ever a question to the viewers of this channel, is the DM childish? The answer is yes. Because I
think any of our regular viewers know that for sure by now.
but for sure. I mean, I will giggle at every fart joke I ever hear. My favorite one comes from my son, who's sitting in my lap, farts, and then looks at me and goes, "What was that?"
Some assholes talking shit behind his back.
To be fair, you will do it and also go, "What was that?"
It's because he did that, and it was funny. Or another one, "Daddy, I pooped 3 times." Child, you just walked up to me in the hallway with your pants pulled up. We gotta have a conversation. Or the number of times I have them out in the backyard. I got a TT and just decided to pee in the middle of the yard. And we don't live out in the country.
Oh, this is gonna be so terrible. Oh my.
I probably did not help anything.
What?
I'm sitting here looking at like Huey, page 2, Frey, page 2, Kaloom, page 2, V, page 4.
I'm slow.
No,
I'm
apparently.
on my first one.
No, I'm saying, Claire, your book's on page 4.
Maybe I'm off.
No. See.
Oh, that's someone drawing my page 4, I think.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If someone's drawing your page 4, your book's almost done.
That was bad.
So, how are you all enjoying Lost Seas so far?
I love having it back.
I missed it. I noticed you're not doing Kogo quite as much as you used to do Kogo. Like, you don't speak in the third person, though.
I don't, and I'm wondering if that's like a character growth thing, because also she's a lot more like empathetic than she used to be, and I don't know if that's a me thing or if like I'm just gonna roll with it and have that be like a her thing that's changed.
Oh, also, Claire,
You can always change character.
I also misread something, and it's your choice to roll with it or not. Instead of being 5 inches taller, it was actually supposed to be your hair color changed. It can be your choice when you get back to the boat the next time we play, because we won't be able to play Monday because I'm going to have my mom here.
Gotcha.
So
I'm kind of good with either, honestly. Kogo being even taller is not necessarily a bad thing, but that does mean if she enlarges, she very well might sink the ship.
if she enlarges, I mean, the problem with it's like with you increase a size category, it doesn't necessarily mean you double your height, because large kind of runs from, I think, like 8.5 feet to 16. So if you were already an 8 foot tall Goliath and you enlarged, you'd move from, instead of being large, you'd be a huge category creature.
Mhm.
So I think it just moves you up into the large category. Like, I think it makes you like 12 to 14 feet tall.
Oh yeah, it does, but like it makes her extremely heavy, and I was not aware of how heavy it made her.
It's
Like she was over 2 tons the last time she casted.
Well, I mean, the big thing with that is the boat could have handled it if it didn't also have a stone Orlana
Yeah, that's
and wasn't heavily
Yeah.
damaged. But what's fun is y'all are going to be riding into a port with a ship that nearly every member shit itself. And also the security vessel escorting you, almost everybody, actually, no, everybody on the security vessel shit themselves. So there's going to be like at least a hour like hold up on y'all going through customs because everybody's got to clean up.
I forgot how much money you and Avi spent on tattoos until Dwayne said he needed 100 gold. And I was like, how the hell do you not have 100 gold?
Because Kogo and Avi spent almost 10.
Well, I remember that now. Arlana didn't get one.
I'm just saying, y'all almost between you and Avi, y'all spent almost what 6,000-7,000 gold on tattoos.
Something like that, yeah. I drained my personal account for sure.
It's just crazy
I
how
didn't get one.
it's crazy how much money you'll actually have in the Tory though.
Yeah, but Arlana didn't get one because she had a reason for not getting one. But yeah, I forgot you guys did that. So I'm like, how did you have no gold and I have 8,000 gold? Which didn't matter at the time because I was, a rock.
Also, to be fair, all of Avi's coins turned into copper at one point.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Kyle's gonna have to draw a card next game though.
Why does he have that? I hate that he has that.
No, I love that deck of cards because it's my version of the deck of many things.
Of course you do.
I just laugh that I've completely forgot that one of the cards he could draw was Sexy Librarian. Did you just?
Anyway, yes, I am glad that we are back to Lost Seas.
Did you just pinch your temples?
No, I pinched my nose.
Out of frustration.
Maybe. But I miss playing Arlana.
Okay. What on earth?
I will be glad when we can play our other game too, though, because we only got 3 games into the Monday night game before we had to take a break. But spoiler alert to anyone watching: we might have a podcast going up sometime in the future for a different game.
We do have a couple episodes of another game that we were recording, but one of our members has had some stuff come up and he can't play until he lets me know. Then again, when he lets me know he has Wi-Fi out there, it also means that camping at Cannon's property is going to be so much cooler.
Yeah. I worked so hard on my pally.
I also feel like everybody but Frey, my wife, Emily, would enjoy camping at Cannon's sometime soon.
Yeah, y'all have fun with that.
They'll have campers out there now.
Is there a flushing toilet? No.
I think so. I know that that Emily and Jake have a flush toilet.
Yeah, that's in Emily and Jake's place.
A trailer that's on the property.
Yeah, that's their trailer.
We still need to do this stuff at Brusher Creek in Mississippi, though. We're going to go out there and we can help stuff in just a matter of days. That way.
Do not I will not lie. I need some out in the woods time that is just me going out to camp, not me going out to work. Like I sleep in a tent, I wake up, I cook over a fire, I have a beer, and I don't do another damn thing the rest of the day.
Yeah, we can't take the boy camping though.
No.
Not that we could go to Ren Fair this year, but we were not going to camp if we took him to Ren Fair.
Yeah, Sonny Boy.
That would be a hotel situation.
What should be the boy's code name?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we've said his name on stream.
Oh, you know. Okay, it saved it. Oh, it kicked me out of the room for a second and I just had like a panic attack.
Oh no.
Toot.
Yeah, my
his code name is Toot.
I'm only gonna draw one thing again.
Maybe.
I mean, I've not gone any further, so you'll probably end up getting something in a minute because I'm still on my stupid first one.
But in any case, Toot does not get to go camping.
Toot is not going camping now.
Because we would lose him in the woods. Like that would be the time I would actually employ a parent leash.
I think he would love going to Ren Fair.
Oh, he would love that for about 2 hours. I don't know if I could get him.
Take a LeBlanc with us. He'll entertain him.
We do need to make sure he is introduced fully to his Uncle LeBlanc.
He's not LeBlanc.
Yeah, he has, but he hasn't spent serious time with him. We gotta fix that. Chris is the cinnamon roll that keeps us all happy.
Yeah, he's going up to meet the rest of Mommy's family too, though.
He does need to meet the rest of Mommy's family.
Needs to meet the Indiana side.
What the fuck? Oh, good lord.
I think I might have come up with the phrase that's fucking people up.
I'm actually excited about this one. I'm just kind of in like a what the fuck moment.
The best thing about this is the what the fuck moments.
What the hell?
Someone might have just gotten what I typed.
Okay then. Okay.
I hope you didn't get what I just drew.
Ooh, I kind of feel bad for whoever got mine because I think the downside is for some reason this web page is like it's got its own set of hotkeys, which means that my pen input is changing what it's supposed to be doing. Like it'll randomly right click as I'm trying to draw, and I don't know why. And that's what kicked me out of the room earlier, and I thought I lost everything.
That's why I stopped using it, because like hitting the wrong button on the pen and it keeps backing me out. So I'm just using my mouse and it's so terrible. Not that it would be much better with the pen. Can't draw a straight line to save my life.
I don't know.
In case to do another one, I just came up. I haven't gotten to see a picture and try to figure out what it is yet.
Yeah, I haven't either actually. I've only had prompts.
I've only had prompts as well. but it's random, so that's kind of what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Also, not gonna lie, I'm totally keeping the meme image that is in front, that's on the stream right now.
Honestly, I love it, and we should use it for like any time that we end up doing something that's not D&D related.
Oh no, the meme creator online is pretty decent.
We're veering off what we normally do.
It's weird because I don't have a camera, but I keep looking at you guys when I speak to you.
I won't lie. I've looked
If
at.
I had multiple monitors.
I've looked at Angry Old Joel.
Like I can only have one.
I won't lie. I've looked at Angry Old Joel whenever I've talked to you, Kyle. It's just that I got a 19-inch television set directly in front of me, and then I got my computer that's running everything right here. So.
We are going our separate ways.
If you're gonna use that voice, man, at least give me a Randy the Macho Man Savage.
Oh yeah, the cream rises to the top.
You've made my wife pinch her nose.
You all make me do that whenever we do anything.
Look, this is not as bad as whenever Kyle and I are left alone for 5 minutes, like Knox Kyle.
I'm aware.
It's worse if you throw a Cedric or a Cannon into the equation. Because the problem is, Cannon has the material to actually make it happen. Like, I joke about a trebuchet. If Kyle and I were left on Cannon's land for more than 3 days, the three of us would pretty much create a trebuchet that probably would land somewhere, or the ammunition would land in one of his neighbor's yards, multiple acres away. Because Cannon knows the math, and Kyle and I are more than happy to provide the labor.
I agree with Claire, though. You need to keep this, and every time we do anything over D&D, we're veering off our normal beat path. You can put this up.
Oh no, this is saved underneath a thing on OBS as broken picture phone, and I will modify the meme however it needs to be modified.
Oh, I mentioned we're hoping to go visit my family at Thanksgiving time, and my best friend, since we were 11, 12, 6th grade, she lives in Columbus with her daughter and her husband, and I mentioned to her, so, you think you're going to come over and visit while I'm there? And she said, well, I'm going to try, and she texted me yesterday, and she goes, you know, it'd be awesome. We get a D&D one-shot while we're all there. I was like, this is why we're best friends. And
my response was a game called Gorble Gorble, the Goblin Stole the Turkey.
Yeah, I told her Hewitt got a DM smile when I said it. She was like, oh dear. Not that you have to DM, you can be a player instead, because Hewitt rarely is a player.
I'm fine with anything. I'm good. Because, seriously, after playing Kobolds Ate My Baby, or Stole My Baby, what was it? Was that the name of the game?
I don't remember.
Oh no, for Halloween, our friend of ours ran a game called Kobolds, that we all had garbage stats, but you played a group of 2nd edition.
I think it's Kobolds Ate My Baby.
It's definitely Dingoes Ate My Baby.
No, it's you play a group of kobolds, 2nd edition kobolds, like fuzzy, short dog people, not the slightly dragonoid dog people that exist now. And I almost got killed by a chicken in the game.
Oh yeah, you did. Someone got hit by like a freaking meteor.
Oh no, that was Kelsey. That was John's paramour. She got killed by a meteor because she rolled wrong when she did magic. So she destroyed a house, destroyed the dog, destroyed herself, destroyed everything she stole. But eventually my character killed the chicken, put the chicken in the bag, and then stole all the Halloween candy in the village and fucking absconded. Also, I stole the punch bowl. The whole game is bring the most food back to King Gorb. All hell King Gorb.
All hair King Gorb.
If you don't say all hell King Gorb in the game, you instantly die, I think.
Let's see when it's isn't it? Is it when it's after your turn or right before your turn? You have to eat candy the whole time the other person's playing.
That's it. That's one of the side effects of it. Yes. You can also die during.
No, remember we were passing around all the candy, and someone had to be eating, and someone the next person had to eat after their turn.
That's why I grabbed a Starburst and made sure I didn't die, because there's too much sugar. But fun fact about this game.
After about round 3, we were all like, "Oh, okay, we don't need to eat candy the entire time. We can eat like one piece."
By that point, there was also like only yellow and orange Starburst pieces. But fun fact about
the best Starburst.
The fun thing about that is if you roll wrong while creating a character, your character dies during character creation. Which is
sounds terrifying.
Oh no. As a DM, that's my favorite part of the game. Our friend Devin, his first character he created, died during character creation. And the second I was told, you can die during character creation, this is my face.
Yay!
I mean, it's kind of like some of the other shit I've done in games where it's like, how did we run into mimics? You literally ran into a mimic. It was a fucking door, and you tried to shoulder rush it. They sticky.
When we did the 24-hour thing, I had no intention of putting mimics, and then you were like, check out these mimic minis, and I was like, there's gonna be a whole floor of the tower full of mimics now.
To be fair, you go into the game store and there's minis, and you're like, I got a use for you. Like, I painted it.
You come up with a use. You don't even have one in mind.
No, but seriously, right now, I bought another set of those Walmart 2-pack interlocking like screw cases. You know, the ones that you put hardware and stuff in.
And how many that you have now?
I've had to start second stack underneath the desk. That's only too high. But they had redneck minis. They had freaking hillbilly minis, like overall shotgun over the shoulder holding a moonshine jug. How can I say no to those minis? My wife would tell me easily.
By saying no.
But fun fact, I walked into the game shop with my boy the other day to get a birthday gift for a friend. And they go, Hewitt, come around here and look behind the counter. I'm like, all right. And there is legit.
This is where we're at with the game shop.
This is where I'm at with the game shop, because they're like, you make terrain? Yes, I'm trying to build terrain. You're painting minis? Yes, I'm painting minis. Do you do Warhammer? No, I don't, and please don't try to sell me that shit. Because if I buy it...
Oops, there goes my bank account.
Yeah.
I'm not allowing Warhammer. I'm putting my foot down with
Yeah,
Warhammer.
she has told me I cannot have Age of Sigmar. I will not lie, I might eventually buy the Sylvan Army just so I can have a fuckload of Dryads. I'm not going to run that because that's not even a full army. I could spend $40 to buy 12 Sylvan Tree Minis. And that is not even enough to enter into a fray in Age of Sigmar.
Can't you just 3D print some Dryads?
Oh, I totally can. That's the other reason that I'm not doing this. But, so, I go in and they go, Hewitt, come here, come behind the counter. And I go around the counter and I will show you what it is. It is a police officer called Officer Durkins. And he is standing there like this.
I like how he gets up just to show
gotta make it realistic, man.
Well, the thing is he's got his thumbs behind the belt. And he's sniffing off to the side. And he's got massive aviator shapes. And I go, Hewitt, would you buy this if we got? Would you buy one if we bought 3 of these minis? I said, how much are the minis? He goes, $2.99. Yes, I will buy the fat ass cop mini. I will totally buy it because all I would do with it is this cop will pull you over and go, what you doing right now? My wife is shaking her head at me. I do not know if Kyle is shaking the head at me.
I shake my head at you very often.
You shaking your head at me right now?
Yes.
Do you realize how fast you were going right now? Kyle, have you seen the movie Super Troopers?
Yeah.
This is the only reason I would buy the fat ass cop. Instead of being Durkins, I would name it he would be Officer Dunkins at all times. But they're ordering.
Now, what's the problem here?
Someone ordered 5 liters of cola.
Those a liter.
Does it look like somebody spit on it to you?
Yep.
Fuck it.
Whatever.
Fuck it. Pulls the best thing is he pulls the fucking sticker off and it starts pouring all over him. Like, I won't lie, that is like the sneakiest bullshit that somebody in a fast food restaurant could pull, and I love that cheekiness.
I like how ridiculously stupid all of their movies are, but they're still really enjoyable.
Did you see that they're actually making like a fire department TV series, like Rabbit? And
yeah, it's called like Tacoma Fire or something like that.
Yeah, it makes me want to buy an app just to see Broken Lizard shit. Like, Super Troopers is always going to be my favorite. Beer Fest is pretty close. Club Dread makes me laugh because of just how bad that movie is.
I love that movie because it's just so ridiculous.
I haven't seen Super Troopers 2 yet. Mostly because I did not believe there was a need for a Super Troopers 2.
Yeah, same thing
I
with
don't
Joe
know
Dirt.
if I've ever actually seen Super Troopers.
Oh shit, there is a Joe Dirt 2.
Don't even worry about it. Because Joe Dirt is a perfect movie.
Because it has Christopher Walken being a Cajun janitor without being Louisianian at all.
Just everything about Joe Dirt is perfect.
My favorite line from Joe Dirt: if I have my math correct and I combine these, it'll create gold. Oh no, deadly mustard gas. It's like, bitch, if you combine chloride with other things, it usually doesn't end well. What is it, chloride and ammonia?
Chlorine? Wasn't there an episode of King of the Hill where Peggy Hill put in the newspaper that she suggested people use chlorine and bleach?
Yeah.
And Hank was like, well, that's how you make mustard gas. She's like, are you sure? He's like, my dad used to make it for fun on the 4th of July.
I miss Cotton Hill. I won't lie, I 100% love, unironically love King of the Hill every season. Even when Hank was a total dickbag in the first 2. Because as that show goes on.
What the hell? This is too complicated, y'all. I haven't drawn in like a millennia. What the hell?
Did someone just say like the Sistine Chapel, but made with geometric shapes? But everything about the King of the Hill show I love because it kind of typifies kind of like slightly redneck lifestyle in the 90s. I feel that's not a safe thing to say, right?
Yeah.
Like there's
It's
some
cartoon. It's the cartoon version of Malcolm in the Middle.
little bit, but I'm just saying like it's not as dysfunctional as Malcolm in the Middle.
I love Malcolm.
You're not the boss of me now.
I feel like watching Malcolm in the Middle is exactly what it was like when I was growing up.
Malcolm in the Middle wasn't life for me, but the way Hank treated Bobby is how my dad treated me. But it wasn't that I wanted wish rolls, it was that I wanted video games and computers.
Yeah, my dad was more Hank Hill, but my mom was definitely Lois from Malcolm.
My dad wasn't Hank. My dad was more of Cotton.
Mine was Hank.
My dad was like, you don't want to play football? Daddy, I had a seizure. I can't play football. What do you want to do with your life, pussy? Go to school?
Mine was more like,
as an accountant, not a football player.
My dad was the star quarterback at his high school, got a scholarship to go to college initially as being a quarterback, then tore his shoulder and then had to join the military so he could afford college later. And then it was like, Hewitt, you don't want to play football all the time? I literally can't because I had a seizure when I was 13, so I can't do full contact sports.
my dad had an academic scholarship for Ohio State and then dropped out of high school to sell drugs. And then joined the army.
That's economical choice.
Well, that
I mean, he's doing very well for himself now.
that is not quite a 5-year plan.
I'm gonna apologize in advance because I can't draw fucking chairs.
But I will say this: my dad was the jock and then went into the military. I was raised my entire life thinking you were supposed to go in the military, and then at 13 I had a seizure, and so now I'm an academic, and I get made fun of in my family for being an academic.
That makes sense.
Well, my dad teases me because the thing is, my dad is actually really smart, but he also has when he was growing up, he had absolutely no reason to use his smarts because all of a sudden he went from 5 foot to 6'4" and 230 pounds of muscle and became a quarterback. So why would you want to do smart stuff during high school? During the 70s. I mean, I love him. He's smart, but he says some stupid shit now. Like, that man.
Let's not get into that.
My dad wants to give more than a handshake to Trump.
And a pat on the back.
Yep, as it's happening. To anyone watching, I'm not going to exactly give my political beliefs, but people can probably figure.
If Hendrix is watching, his aligns with yours.
What did you say, Claire?
I said if Hendrix is watching, I know his aligns with yours pretty much for the most part.
Well, if we don't have a lot of people watching right now, I'll go ahead and say, fuck the president.
I got into a very large argument with a friend today.
You say friend like there's
Really?
Quotations there.
It was in quotation marks. I just don't have a webcam. Said some really ignorant things.
Shit, man, that's the world today right now. mean, the Backstreet Boys 2020 tour.
Let's veer away from the world right now.
Like, I was just gonna say, the Backstreet Boys.
Who has an interesting D&D character they made recently? Let's go with that.
Okay, we will go with that. I made a Kinku artificer called Professor Honk, who has both a homunculus and a steel defender. The homunculus is Joffrey, a small, undersized chimpanzee wearing a top hat, and Mr. Bimby, the 8-foot-tall steel defender that can only give the aid action.
That's what I made was, I guess I made Gleam a long time ago, but I refined it. But Mulak, the super glittery, fun-loving sorcerer.
Your shiny David Blaine glitter boy.
Or so procedure.
All right, that's
Minus
right.
the edgelordiness.
That's right. That David Blaine is supposed to be Knox Kyle's character, right?
Yeah, he's kind of more the like in a comedy troupe, the straight man.
I'm
the ridiculous one.
won't lie, I really love the Holy Winds party we put together of elf raised by orcs, paladin, Earth Ganassi barbarian, Shatterkai wizard, Shatterkai sorcerer, and Canon playing Canon's character of dwarf war cleric.
Smashy smash.
To be fair, he's really good at smashy smash.
Mine's a tie between Arvex, who is my mentioned paladin in that game, because I worked really hard on her backstory, which I normally don't do. Usually I just kind of wing it and decide as I go. Arlana had a backstory, but not super in-depth compared to Arvex's. Like, I've been looking up war chords for Arvex team, but then my other is my Kinku that I created for one-shot we've been having. And it's a Kinku barbarian who does not have an awakened mind, so really acts as a Kinku and just repeats, which has made for some interesting dialogue. But my Kinku's name is Shoot. Shoot, go away, damn it.
It's
That's
like
adorable. I love that.
when Emily didn't tell me Shu's last name until we started playing.
Intentionally.
So all of a sudden, Shu, last name, go away, damn it, and I broke. The DM broke at the table because Shu, go away, damn it. I'm like, the only thing that's gotten close to Emily doing that is someone playing a lycanthrope blood hunter with a tiger form, and their name is Joe. I have already given him a nemesis by the name of Beskeen in Baldur's Gate.
What about you, Claire?
Are we talking about most recent or most favorite?
Your favorite or most unusual?
I said most recent one you created that you like, but it doesn't really matter.
Most recent one, I mean, would definitely be Peregrine. I've got a lot of shit that is new for me as far as actually trying to work on stuff. And also, I think it's one too that Hewitt, you actually kind of get a say in her story too, which I think is gonna be kind of fun.
Oh no,
I've really done one like that.
One of my favorite things as a DM is when a player goes, "Hey, yeah, I got this idea, but I'm gonna leave this entire section of their backstory open," and I'm just like.
That's what I avoided this time, because I've had too many games where he makes shit up for my background. I'm like, damn it.
Never, okay, as a DM, never, ever give the DM a large blank slate with your background.
This is
Well,
how
and
I
that's
ended
the
up
thing.
with freaking Odin as my grandfather in our Dresden game.
With mine though, my background is very thorough. It's just there's a mystery to her that I don't know the answer to because she doesn't know the answer to it. So I still have the very thorough, like, specked out background. It's just I don't know what direction it's gonna go.
Yeah, I left a little bit of that open in her backstory, but not a whole lot.
Mulak doesn't know why he has dragon blood or where it came from.
See, you have all given me so many hooks.
That's why whenever Binks true polymorphed herself into a dragon, me and Kyle, and a brass dragon, no, you're a brass. But when you're a dragon, me and Kyle both went, oh no. But he's way too old for that. I would assume. I don't know how much longer this is.
I was gonna say originally it was.
Just by who my character is.
I was gonna say initially it was only gonna be 5 years, but because Kanan's character is the son of Hiram and the former Lady Blackstone, that he prevented from being executed along with her husband and son at the very beginning of the start of the second round of our last campaign. That means it's been about 50 years for him to be considered an adult dwarf. So, Kyle could technically be descendants of Archibinks while she was in dragon form.
Oh, they're like 300 years old.
Damn.
Nah.
But I don't care if that's the case anyway, somehow.
You know what?
I think Archibinks could figure it out.
At the level y'all are not 300 years old unless y'all soup lazy.
I mean, in all fairness, she could have gone after Old Bells and ended up teleporting back in time at some point briefly. Just saying. Like, she was trying to go between planes and ended up accidentally hopping time instead.
On that note, since you mentioned Old Bells, why do you think there's a city named Bells while I go use the restroom?
And I think we actually just finished. I didn't realize y'all were waiting on me, so I apologize.
He did mention a statue of an elven man the other night.
Is that true? Ooh, I'm gonna go pee since we're waiting anyway. Oh god, I gotta move the table.
Belly's like, why you go?
She's
No.
like, what are you doing?
She's probably gonna steal my spot. I'm gonna come back and she's gonna be right here where I was sitting. I guarantee it. Either that or she's actually tired enough to just stay. She's got like that cheesy, sleepy grin right now, so she might be fine. Alright, get back. Oh, my knees. Oh god, my knees. I'm old.
Watch. Help her.
All right, I think everybody's done, right?
Yeah, but Claire went to the bathroom.
Nope, she just turned into a dog.
Okay, to be fair, that Belly has slept through all of this with us. It's kind of amazing.
Oh, that's free.
I saw near move.
Our dogs sleep through everything, so.
Belly.
Unfortunately, I have a headset on, so she cannot hear me.
I was hoping we'd get the little pretty girl to sit up and go hi.
I'm tired. I don't want to move.
How long has she napped today, Claire?
All but like 2 hours total, maybe. She's very.
So
I take her on long walks, and then after her day, she's out.
I'm gonna say this. Everyone makes jokes about if reincarnation is real, that American house cat is the top apex line. I'm gonna say no. The house dog of individuals is probably the best end, because you still get all the sleeps that a cat gets, but you also get the loves and walks.
My cat gets plenty of loves. And I couldn't imagine taking that Psycho on a walk. He's not Psycho. It's actually a really good night. Very pretty.
I love how it's like, I have a cat. It's a psycho.
He's really not.
All right, so
Belly's a little bit of like to walk through, but
let us start with Claire's. I spilled my pocket spaghetti.
spaghetti.
That's pocket spaghetti. My spaghetti.
I like it. It's pretty good.
Weeping for mom's pocket spaghetti.
Oh man, wait till you see this terrible drawing. She's a dress with pockets though.
That's the most unrealistic thing in the picture.
And it's one very long arm.
All I'm gonna say is like, all I feel is like, Mom, you're not supposed to steal pocket spaghetti from the Sizzler.
They're leaving the old Ryan Steakhouse, just shoving it in her pocket.
Just shoving spaghetti and fucking garlic bread in her pockets. She lined them. Those pockets are lined with fucking plastic bags.
They went to Olive Garden for never-ending pasta.
The fucking white trash way of getting dinner the next day at an endless soup salad and breadsticks.
Just shove it in your pocket.
At least it's not titty bread. I've seen on fucking Facebook someone got kicked out of a fucking Olive Garden because they kept sticking the breadsticks from never-ending soup salad and breadsticks down their shirt.
Oh man.
Mushy though.
I don't want no titty bread.
Or to make their chest smell really good.
I mean that too, but let's be real. There's already like boob sweat cash. Nobody wants boob sweat breadsticks.
Nobody wants.
Salty.
Nobody wants. Okay, let's put it this way. Nobody wants titty breadsticks, but I think there's several people that are down for nipples that taste like garlic butter.
They sound like this.
I mean, it's like how grandmothers used to put, like, you know, the vanilla extract, you know, on their neck and stuff.
Yeah.
Put a little garlic butter on your titties. It'll be fine.
That's how you find a man or a woman that means
That's also.
on my nips.
That's how you keep. That's how you keep a vampire from biting your boobie.
Oh, why?
Dracula comes in. Oh no, garlic titties.
Can we keep going?
I'm sorry. Now all I see is Leslie Nielsen as Dracula going, "Oh, garlic titties."
Your spaghetti looks so much better than mine.
Okay, Illuminati. Satyrs love to eat Kool-Aid pickles. Sour, sweet, this shit's good.
I have no idea.
Me,
Good.
devil eating a Kool-Aid pickle.
I'm ashamed of what I wrote.
Okay, to be fair, your Kool-Aid pickle kind of looks like a dildo.
A little bit.
You can't see that now. I was trying to draw the pickle bumps on it. Shut up.
No,
There's
it's
like a little tickler on it.
this is,
I think that pickle comes with batteries.
oh, shit. What's funny is he's yelling "om nom nom," but he ain't eating it.
It's the Bizarro one from the mask.
Okay, DBZ is porn.
Oh God.
After I drew it, I was like, oh, I should have blonde hair. Whatever.
No, man.
Whatever.
Kamehameha.
You left off the nipples, so you're good.
There's no nipples, but hey, you know what would have made it better?
He originally had nipples and I removed them.
No. See, the thing that made this better is special beam cannon with a pelvic thrust.
And I will have you know, underneath the sensor bar, it's included.
God damn it, Kyle. And then my response, Florida man's view of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, God.
What did you draw, Claire?
Oh, my God. It's hilarious.
What in the devil's asshole is this shit? It's over 9,000.
You still included the asshole, so, you know, porn is still there.
Exactly. Super best.
Oh my god. I like his armpit stains.
Thank you.
I like how there's just like a random titty stain. Like, man titty. That's like, I think it's supposed to be the armpit, but it's not close enough. So it's just like, he's got, instead of having under boob sweat, he has like over boob sweat and then belly button sweat. And I know you put the lake in there to represent the Everglades. I just feel like you're going like, this is like Miami, Orlando.
I was trying to just do like one of those like shitty wood facade thing, or not facade things, but the little like wall hanging things. So, oh yeah, this was a.
Then the crab from Moana trying to steal jewelry, the One Ring from Golem.
What I had to draw makes so much more sense now.
I'm glad I didn't get that because I've never seen Moana.
Claire, you did a really good job right there of Tamatoa stealing the precious.
That's really good. I'm like, really.
Wow, that's like, you even got the teeth. You got the toothids in
I
there.
gave up on the puppy nose. The teeth was like the number one thing that like made him look like him.
Barney the Crawfish steals the ring from Golem. Barney the Crawfish.
I didn't know why he called it Barney the Crawfish when I didn't make it purple and I should have.
You know what? Tamatoa is now just Barney the Crawfish. Everybody would like it more if he had a Jamaican accent. So
Now he's
shiny.
got a really Cajun accent.
Cool, Lord, I shiny there, Claire.
I love you, yeah.
Tamatoa just a wee little cray.
Alright, show the travesty I drew.
Bye, bitch. My precious. Bye, bitch.
That is incredible.
That is great. That is great. Chris, I'm sorry. Bye, bitch. Now I just feel like Golem is falling down and the fire's about to, and all of a sudden the crawfish, bye, bitch. Boudreaux got the ring.
As he disappears.
Somewhere,
By his little tiny feet.
somewhere down in the Atchafalaya Basin, there is Barney, the crayfish, with the invisibility of the One Ring to rule you all.
Bye, bitch.
He will never be in the etouffee.
I like how you added sassiness to it.
Yeah. And like,
Bye, bitch.
standing up is my favorite thing because I'm literally picturing a crawfish with all of his legs like down on the ground and like running away.
Bye, bitch. I just snorted. Oh.
Oh, man.
When I saw that picture, I was like, what is that thing? Okay, it's a purple crawfish. Barney the Crawfish. Got it.
Okay, Claire, have you downloaded the books?
Yeah, I got it.
Whew. Okay, well, it's midnight. We gotta go to bed, but, see, I figured this would be fun for us all to play, because it's just us talking shit and then playing a silly-ass game.
Wait, is there one more?
No,
No? Okay.
no, dude, it's 12:10. I got a 6-year-old. I gotta wake up.
No,
and
I
not-
meant, I thought there was one more set.
One more book.
No, that would be my last one. I'm not gonna lie. I think Emily might have won with the bye bitch. Golem. Like as he's just sitting there, like hits the lava. Little crawfish. Bye bitch.
I was just looking at that and I was like, okay, this is a magic crawfish.
Somewhere now in one of the games I run for y'all, there's gonna be a fucking crawfish with a ring of invisibility. But it's gonna be a crawfish. It's gonna be a crawfish the size of a lobster, so you know he old.
Like, I should probably watch Moana.
Yes.
It is very good.
We need
Like,
to
I
play
know
this
people
again
say that.
like earlier.
Yes. And I know a lot of people say that a lot of Disney movies are good, but I genuinely was surprised by Moana. I didn't think I was gonna really like it that much, but it was
Legit.
very good.
Legit. Probably my second favorite Disney song is "You're Welcome."
Well, considering you downloaded Shiny off of Amazon Music the other day.
That is because
That's
our
probably
child.
mostly mine.
No, no.
Hewitt had never seen Treasure Planet until I made him watch it when it was on Netflix. And he was like, "Oh, it can't be that good. It sucked at the box office." I'm like, "Fucking watch it."
I got
That's like his
Steam.
favorite Disney movie.
I got steampunk, outer space, pirates in one movie.
It was like one of the most underrated Disney movies ever.
And fun fact, my child watched every minute of it and loved it.
He did.
The reason I downloaded Shiny is because I caught my son singing to it when he watched it, and I was like, you know what? I will buy this song. Odd fact, I didn't.
I was gonna say you've been making him watch Avatar, and he's actually watching it, and the new DuckTales.
He is loving new DuckTales and he's loving Avatar: The Last Airbender. He's like, he
I
watched.
like the new DuckTales. David Tennant is like the best Scrooge McDuck.
I actually showed my nephew, I was looking for the DuckTales like intro the other day to show him. And I was like, oh, there it is. And I clicked on it and I was like, what is this animation?
Yeah, that was the new one.
Fun fact that Huey, Dewey, and
They have the
Louie.
old one on Disney Plus too.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie are Horatio Sands is one of them. The guy who played Abed from
Love it.
Oh, from Community?
Community, and then
I
the
love
other one is the really really annoying dude from Parks and Rec that's also on Space Force. What was it? Ralph, not John Ralphio.
John Ralphio.
Yeah.
John Ralph. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gonna be
Oh, by the way, have you
amazing.
seen
He's like has the worst ADD ever. I saw him on James Corden a couple weeks ago. He is just like so out there when he's talking to people.
his name's Ben Schwartz. He has a special on Netflix with Thomas Middleditch where they do improv in front of like they're in Carnegie Hall, just the two of them on stage doing improv, where it's called Middleditch and Swartz.
Well,
I can't say that.
I will have to look at that because if you're doing improv in the Carnegie,
It is.
that's a thing.
It is incredible. I think there's 3 episodes, and they'll just pick a person in the audience and just ask them all kinds of questions and get a story out of them. And then they turn the story into like an hour-long improv show. And
Wow.
I honestly was feeling real down when I was watching that, and I laughed so hard I almost threw up. Oh man, it just made me feel so good. It was like all the serotonin.
What was the stand-up we watched recently that made us laugh so hard?
But it wasn't Patton Oswalt, was it?
Oh no, Patton Oswalt's newest stand-up is good, but then the other dude, like if you go to Netflix, there's Patton Oswalt, and then there's another dude that's also in the same series. If you watch it, you will end up going, I laugh, but what the fuck just happened? Like I just.
Yeah. There was another
That's what we watched after that stupid ass movie with
did.
after
No,
a night with whatever the name is that has Tamatoa and Audrey Plaza and Daryl from The Office. Like, it's a lot of big name actors, but the whole thing is, how do you mean he has more money than me? I don't know, husband. He saves better than you.
It's like student film bad, but it's supposed to be. It was really dumb.
I liked it because it was stupid, because it was meant to be stupid. Belly, why do you look at her like that? Belly, you looked at her like she just did something wrong.
Because I stopped petting her for a second and she was suspended.
Belly looked at you like, did you just fart on me?
No, she's been the one farting all night.
I mean, right there, like that face is like, the pet stop. The pet stop. This is not acceptable.
She's like looking at the camera like, you people see how she treats me.
This is
I wish you could
abuse.
see it from my angle because it's so sad.
No, see, what's funny is all of a sudden we see a glint to the camera. It's like, you see this? You contact the Irwins. This is abuse. Get the Irwins to tell her to pets me more. That is wholesome and has gators.
Alright, are we still streaming?
Yes, we are. I think we need to be done.
Alright.
So, let us all in unison quote my lovely wife's last picture and just go ahead and say,
Bye, bitch.
bye, bitch!
I said it before I noticed your account.
Don't let your meatloaf, folks. And we hope to do this again. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy your, what day is it now? Thursday. Bye.